Okay, I briefly painted this with watercolor just to try and get myself in the groove and in the headspace. I've got a couple of like artworks and things that I have to okay, tangent, very small one. I've undertaken or like signed myself up for a lot of creative opportunities, which is great. It's something I've wanted to do for such a long time. And as I sit here in my pajamas at 10:30 at night after basically avoiding, the work all day, I kind of am sitting here with the realization that, not even necessarily the realization, but I'm tired of it. It's not something I want to do anymore, and this year I just want to put myself out there fully, and I want to actually realize my dreams instead of trying to build and build and build myself up to a point where I feel like I'll be ready, or I feel like what I will give and produce will be the absolute best of what I can. I will probably never feel that way, but it beats getting older and sitting here and realize that I've never actually grabbed anything by the horns. And I know that sounds very dramatic, and I know that seems kind of, I wouldn't say it's like I'm catastrophizing or making a bigger deal out of it than it should be, because I don't really think so. But yeah. But I have a tendency to start artworks and not finish them. I have sketchbooks full of half-drawn things, and I think at a certain point it just comes down to perfectionism. And with these big art projects that I have coming up, I'm very intimidated. Because in the back of my mind, I think there's a part of me that can do something better, and I should put the best of what I can out there. But obviously I've realized, and I can acknowledge, that keeps me from doing anything at all. And I'm really sick of that perfectionism and sick of that expectation. And this is going to sound really ironic after that whole speech, but I'm going to make some smaller paintings to kind of get myself into the groove of the bigger painting. Here I have a painting of a friend that I started probably almost a year ago. I don't even know how many months ago. She's sitting on a train. So yeah, I'm going to work on this one a bit now, and I will keep adding clips as I go. Okay, so I've come this far. I've made the floor very dark in my reference photo. You can see it's like a corduroy carpeted floor. So my plan is to cut this really thinly and stick it in the diagonal direction to keep the perspective okay-ish, and then just slather it in like a really light pink to try and get a similar color. Okay, so I thought I was absolutely genius for using masking tape to create the lines on the floor, but unfortunately I kind of forgot that when you use masking tape with your paintings, you should kind of make them less sticky before you put them on top of your painting. You'll see what I mean in a moment. It's 11:30 now. I've overslept pretty significantly, and I have a few days to make an artwork for an exhibition, and I have a quiz this week that I have to do, like a mid-semester exam sort of thing. So I have to do some stuff for that. We've got a club activity tomorrow that I will be facilitating, and I have put my hand up to beg a good friend of mine to bake a birthday cake. So yeah, I have a few things to do, but first of all, I'm gonna get ready. Okay, I just did a bit of shopping for my friend's birthday. I got some things because I want to bake the cake. They're just here in my bag, and I'm waiting for some food, and then we're gonna go home and start getting busy. We got our colors. Really curious how this one's gonna turn out. When it came to icing the cake, I didn't have a particular design in mind, or I didn't have like a reference photo I was going off. I just sort of free-flowed it and did whatever came to mind, whatever looked nice. I was very happy with edible printed image that I bought from my local cake shop. It really brought the whole thing together. Okay, this is where the time crunch really started, and I apologize for clickbait. This is the part of the video where I actually make the painting that I said I was going to make. So first thing I'm doing is just kind of taking my idea from my sketchbook that I made quickly between classes and translating that into something onto the canvas. I drew in a few more things, and I put a purple underpainting with some watercolor. There are still a few things I want to draw in. I kind of want to make the room quite cluttered, and I want there to be a silhouette of a shadow reflecting along this wall. But I still need to figure out what exactly I want that to be.
Okay, it is the day of the exhibition. Trying not to shit myself, low-key. I'm also kind of sick. I've picked up the flu in the last 3 days. This is where my painting is at the moment. It's still a little bit incomplete. There's still some things I want to focus on, like the window, the figure, the cat, and maybe the shadow. I don't know. But I decided to paint thorns on the side. And I'm not sure if it's worth... I have about 3 hours to do what I gotta do, and I'm not sure if it's worth actually continuing that. So I might paint over the thorns in the yellow color again.
So the majority of this video was filmed in March 2026, but it has been sitting on my computer for a very long time as I'm recording this voiceover on my headset. I should definitely get a microphone soon. But it's been sitting on my computer for such a long time because I actually really disliked this painting and I have really mixed feelings towards it, but I didn't want to make a video that felt self-deprecating or make a video that felt, you know, too harsh or too critical, but it's kind of difficult to do that because I am in some ways quite self-critical, particularly when it comes to my art especially. But I finally feel like I'm at a place in August of 2026 where I'm ready to put the video out there. So a big part of the reason why I don't like this artwork so much is because it was so rushed, first of all. Secondly, at the exhibition event, it just kind of didn't go quite the way I was expecting it to. I sort of put up my hand to say, yeah, I would love to be a part of this event another student was organizing. But like as things kind of progressed, I got the like, hey, okay, we'll like get an artwork from you pretty late, which is part of the reason why I didn't have a lot of time to create the artwork. But a lot of that is also on me for being preoccupied with other things. But it became clear to me at the event itself that I was kind of there as an afterthought. And there was actually the other artist who had worked there. They were all on a panel together that I did not know was happening. So that felt really embarrassing, to be honest, because I was there with my boyfriend at the time, one of his housemates, my best friend, my parents, and my younger brother. And I guess to me, I was kind of excited despite not enjoying the artwork. I was like, this will be a cool moment to sort of showcase something I've done and it'll be nice. I tried to keep positive and I did. It's no hate to the student who organized the event either. I probably just won't participate in something like that or something from them in the future. And also, I think putting this video out there and finishing the artwork and sitting with the artwork and still showing off the artwork despite the fact that I actually quite dislike it is kind of the whole point of the video anyways. I feel like, especially as we get older, it is harder to be a beginner at something. And yes, I like art and I'm really good at art, but I'm not really a good painter and I don't really have a lot of experience painting. And I think being honest with myself in saying that feeling like a beginner in something that I care about is uncomfortable. It's deeply uncomfortable. And that's okay. I've kind of made a lot more peace with it now than I did in March. Not that I necessarily spiraled, but you know what I mean. Again, I think we should all embrace our artworks, even if we think they're shitty, because, of course, you can't have a masterpiece without having shitty art. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of the video is actually pretty fun and funny. I think it's only really just me that finds parts of it sort of uncomfortable. Lol.